Hi folks, this is a video about my evolving understanding of Satan and my relationship to Satanism. Some of you may know that I actually came to Satanism from paganism, and at that time I was definitely finding a way through, and it was an enormous breakthrough for me. My view of Satan was tentative at that time. I was and am a polytheist, and while I definitely related to demons, I was really uncertain about the figure of Satan, or exactly who or what he was to me, or at all. I took a position somewhere between the atheist and the theist, not in that I was actually an atheist, not by any means. I haven't been an atheist since I was 14 years old, but in the sense of not having a devotional relationship to Satan. I just was very uncertain about things in that time. So my view of Satan was quite intellectual, it was quite cultural, and so I was in a sort of position where I could not consider myself an atheist, but on the other hand, I was certainly nowhere near the rationalist atheism of a lot of modern Satanists. Who don't even believe in magic or the supernatural, and don't believe in demons or any beings, essentially, and take these things to be purely symbolic. Now, things have evolved from a great deal, and I've been through an awful lot in that time. I've been through various crises, and Satanism has actually acted as my religion, and through all of this, I have actually developed a real relationship to Satan, who I certainly recognized unequivocally as a being and an extraordinary, immense being, a god. My approach to this is always quite idiosyncratic, because I have to go on what I truly feel in my heart. Empty declarations are absolutely no use as far as I'm concerned. You have to really mean what you say, and really be sincere about things. And I can say that I do absolutely take Satan as a god now. Not only that, but as, I think, my key deity, really. And that's absolutely so, in fact. I also realize him as being a being who is behind various names that we have given to gods in different cultures. The most clear one for me being the god Set. Though you can also see elements of Satan in Loki. While some of the energy of Satan is actually quite similar to Odin. But I don't want it to seem like I'm saying that, well, Satan is an archetype which expresses differently. I'm actually talking about a being who is behind our experiences of a number of different gods. So what I feel pretty certain about, and really what seems really recognizable to me, is the identity of Satan with Set. Uh, in any case, um, over the period of time, and certainly over the last, I don't know, what would it be? It's a bit over a year, I guess. Um, yeah, a bit over a year, I think. But especially during the last 6 months, the experience of Satan has really developed and deepened, and I felt really honored to feel that presence in my life, um, and that has been tremendously beneficial to me. Uh, I am very definitely a theistic Satanist, and I term myself a spiritual Satanist. Uh, but I think you could also say that I am a religious Satanist, because Satanism is my religion. Um, we see that there are quite a lot of, I think there are quite a lot of pitfalls and problems in terms of the way that Satanism has been propagated, at least for theistic Satanists. Um, and I'm not actually criticizing how other people have propagated Satanism, because it still does get Satan's name out there, and it gets people interested in stuff, and sometimes you get a genuinely satanic philosophy, or aspects of Satanism actually come through things, so it's all fine, you know. Um, but uh, for me is the real course of Satanism. It actually involves a a spiritual connection with this being, and a religious practice for me, or a religious approach. I've always been one to have a household religion rather than a higher religion, or what have you, and one which is very grounded in our lives and our everyday needs. And Satanism is that for me too. Um, what I think are some of the pitfalls for theistic Satanists is uh, to look to the more sensational things, rather than to the sincerely heartfelt things. Um, so people can be very, very interested in magic, and they want to know how to call demons and this, that, and the other. And uh, I think a lot of that is quite distorting and alienating, in terms of the development of what you might call real satanic faith. You know, if you want to call it faith, faith is probably the wrong word, but the development of an emotional, devotional relationship with Satan, which is what he deserves. Um, and that's what we would give him as his people, as his folks. Yeah, we would actually be devotional. So uh, I think that's the thing that we should be focusing on. And people are, they tend to be very, they feel very so-so about things like faith, gratitude, prayer, devotion. It's like they're not hard enough for them. They're not rebellious enough for them. Yeah. Uh, but you know what? You need to get over that, really. You need to get over that and work out what really matters to you. Um, and although Satan is our friend, and Satan has given us the greatest gift we could have in terms of our particular quality of consciousness as human beings, but I think that doesn't mean that you know, self-actualization is the only focus of Satanism. It's one which is completely completely compatible and harmonious with Satanism, and it's one which I believe is encouraged by Satanism. But from our point of view, we actually can be developing a real religious sense towards Satan. You know, so rather than wanting to conjure demons to visible appearance, I think we should be going more by the course of the heart and finding our real connection with Satan and with his demons, so that we can have a real religion which actually nourishes us and makes us strong as his people. And that will also give us something to hand on. I think that's what we need to do. If you feel differently or you agree, please feel free to comment below the video. And thanks very much for listening.